I was so worried that I agreed to pay the next day.
Pay what?
The- Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel.
Hi guys.
Yo, oh my gosh, my phone fell. How long ago was it? 3 weeks now?
It's 3 or 2.
Oh no, it's more than 2. It's more than 2.
More than 2?
Yeah, it's probably 3. It's more than 2.
My phone stay falling, so guilty.
But this time it fell and yeah, it damaged the screen. So I have lines on my screen right now. And
You know, this when you take that one particular fall. Like all the time it falling and it's just this one fall.
yeah. But my phone has some age. I have the 11. I bought the 11 when it just came out. That would have been the December 2019.
Oh, you really remember?
I remember because I traveled that year, and when we came back, it was before the release. And then Tyreek traveled at the end of the year, and he brought it back for me.
Ah.
So that's why I remember that would have been the last year I traveled. So yeah, so 2019 and
25
So,
guys.
let's just say it lasted like 5 years.
Which isn't so bad.
It may be about less than 5 years.
I feel as though that's the time frame for a phone, like 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, I remember when I was going through phones and it was lasting me like 2 years, a year and a half.
Really?
Yeah, I used to treat phones so badly.
Oh yeah, Samsung days.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, it says you switch over your phone lasting longer.
Yeah.
Knock.
Like quite some wood. Yeah, boy. That big investment, I was like,
You're not going through that.
even though my phone was fuller, but I think what I was very careless about was not having screen protectors and not having correct cases. So when the phone fell, it used to be smack.
Dang.
Yeah. How much phones I have on screen gone?
I don't know. And you see, Apple, it's not released yet, but like the prototype for iPhone 17 is out. You saw them?
Yeah.
So the 16 Plus, which would be the base 16, the big size, they're now replacing it with 17 Air.
Okay, I did not notice that.
No, that's what they said. That's what they like rebranding the Max for. The Air, and it's really really thin, which is what the Airs are usually for. I guess that's why they call it Air, because my laptop is really thin.
I don't know. I like things that
You could feel in your hand.
solid in my hand. I can't have something flimsy in my hand. I don't know. It's something about I just need some weight.
So you feel more secure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know. Like I don't have like a
Preference.
I think with my phone, I agree to a certain extent, but then with my laptop, I don't. No, I think Apple in general, their stuff, their gadgets, their technology are usually more on the slimmer side, more on the lighter side.
Right.
So the Air in the MacBook Air, it is pretty light, but then the MacBook Pro, it is light in comparison to other computers. So it's like, oh, okay, all right. But with those things, the lighter the better to me.
Yeah.
But I guess from a phone, same. I think the same. I
Yeah.
prefer a little. I don't want no heavy phone, but I want something like, yeah. I think the size of this is really good here as well.
Yeah.
I think the size is good. 'Cause
Anything small or anything bigger will be too much for me. Because like sometimes I tend to put my phone in my back pocket, which I don't do regularly. But when I do it, I don't want something big that's sticking out my pockets.
Yeah, yeah.
Or it's too big that I
Too
can't
big,
fit in a
yeah.
purse
Yeah.
when you're going out, you know?
But yeah, so since that I actually tried out the trending. Well, I saw it trending for a while now. Site back market to buy a phone because that was my plan. I planned to buy the 17 when it released this year for my birthday. But here we are. We need a phone
Like pronto.
like pronto. So I'll let y'all know. For right now, the update that I have is that the shipping is really, really fast. Because when did I order that? I ordered that probably
Wednesday.
and
Yeah.
it's arriving Miami tomorrow. It's almost there. And you know how you ever order from Domino's online?
Yes, I have, like, a good while back.
And you ever saw like how they have the showing you like where your pizza reach?
Right.
It's just like that. So I like that
So
so
you're
far.
tracking it like a stalker.
Yeah, I am. I actually am. So is the only thing with that is I did not order my cases because the same thing. I just try to make sure I have my case before I'm serious about my case,
Yeah.
my temper, glass, everything. But I ordered it the same time and I did order from Shein, so that may check. Although MIA is Miami, right?
Right.
I did see it reach Miami, so
The Shein package.
yeah. So
Also, it might reach strong the same time.
So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, girl, if you don't get that case, just do better to use your
I
phone.
am not going to use the phone. It will stay in the box.
Because I feel as though that's when your stuff want to fall, when it's not in a case.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, your fingers buttery.
That's what happened with this phone because the first day of using it, of getting it, I went out. I didn't have a case yet. And I reached home. And as I got out the car, it fell. That's why I had this on it.
Right,
And the
yeah.
case came the day after.
Yeah, you should have waited. Uh-huh. Butterfingers, all of a sudden.
So yeah, it will be staying in the box. And I did so much research. Like when I think I was discussing getting the normal 13. And then I started looking and then at the pros. And what sold me on the pro was the macro lens for like when I film in like unboxings or product reviews and
Right.
stuff. So it would come in handy for that. So that's why I opted to do the pro version and to at least see how the pro versions work. So in future, at least I know how the basic is. And I have something to, although it's an older version, I have something to like compare to say, okay, I prefer the pro versus that. But it really has me thinking that I really need to get my iPad though.
Yeah. I want one too, but I don't even know what I need it for though. I think I just want it for just once and sake.
Editing.
I guess.
Editing. Definitely editing because I do
I
have
just
an
want it
older
for once and
MacBook.
sake.
I do have an older MacBook, so if I get an iPad, I'll be so good at, my little thing. I feel as
With my
though
little
I'll
stylus.
yes, a stylus. And if everything goes okay with back market, and they have a customer in me for sure, I will be buying my first iPad refurbished as well.
From there.
Yeah, definitely. Not my watch though. I want a brand new watch.
Correct.
Guys, this week, I feel as though this week feeling like it's going to be a short episode. Yeah. Oh no, before we go on to the sips and spells and dilemmas, you know what I saw today?
What's that?
So I was watching these girls, another podcast, one of their shorts on Instagram. Pretty. Like, I just want to make sure I have their names correct. The podcast page name correct. Let me tell y'all. Right, the Pretty Basic podcast. And one of the girls on there getting married and she went wedding dress shopping.
Right.
And she said that there was a contract she had to sign with she can't lose a certain amount of weight or gain a certain amount of weight before the day because they're not responsible for any alterations.
Right.
You knew about that?
No, I did not. But I could see why it makes sense though. Because after they do any alterations, they don't want to have to come back, and that's how I looking at it.
And any alterations, but oh my god,
But I did not know you have to sign a contract. I
contract.
thought it was just like a, like a rule, but not a something that you have to sign on,
Yeah, but okay, so
or advisable, I should say.
I understand that, but I think like having a contract is so strict with that because okay, you're already planning a wedding. It has so many things that could go left or in a good direction. But sometimes these planning does be a stressful thing. I'm guessing
And you have no control
over that.
Yeah.
You don't know if you may fall sick, God forbid, and you lose one set of weight in between that time. And then I'm just thinking of all the possible things because yes, weight gain is one thing, but I think if you get sick, that sometimes it's carry down your weight to rapidly, and you don't know. So to have a contract, I'm like, oh my gosh, the bride already have so much things to worry about. Now she has to worry about, oh well,
Trying not to gain that weight.
yeah.
I remember I was bridesmaids for one of my friends' wedding, and the seamstress let us know, like, okay, we're going making this dress snug to fit your body, so trying to maintain this weight. On the day of the wedding, I was like this. I remember feeling so uncomfortable because the dress was so tight. I don't know what I did. To me, I don't find I had gained that much weight, but something went wrong. Something. Because I was like, tight.
Oh my.
Tight.
I actually for Melicia's wedding, when I wasn't ending on losing weight that time, and I did lose it. So by the time it was time to pick up, she had to take in a little bit for me.
Yeah.
But gaining weight is the next thing too. Like you'll have to add on cloth. I could
Exactly.
and that's not really possible in certain
No, I find, yes, I agree that the contract is very strict. I feel as though if you do gain weight or you lose weight, you should stand the cost of if they now have
now
to do the...
that is yeah.
Yeah, but I
I
guess
think
they
that
do...
is reasonable.
I guess they don't want that hassle, I guess.
My word.
Take it as it is and figure it
Yeah.
out afterwards.
And I think that's a next way of trying to get people money too, because then
Right.
next thing it doesn't fit. Next thing you gain weight and it don't fit again. Like if it's you, like a situation like you where it fits so snug and the bride not feeling comfortable. And wait a minute, how you gain it? So you gain plenty. Or it was snug to fit, so even if it was a little bit of weight, you gain.
Yeah. So like I felt like you ever in something that if you breathe too hard, you feel
Yeah.
like it will open. So I kept feeling like that, and to get the zip up, like I needed like somebody to like pull it and pull zip. That's how it went up. So when I got into it, I literally was like this most of the time, just
Oh my.
because you're frightened to go like
To relax.
yeah. So I was like this right through.
Oh my. So imagine that experience for a bride. Now she wouldn't want to go through that on her day. So if that comes, if something happens and she gains weight and that's how the dress fits in her, and she is bound in this contract that she had.
Knowing me for my wedding, guys, I gonna lose weight. I just gonna be like, okay, just just size down to like 1 or 2 sizes down, because stressful situations, anything, not even necessarily stressful, but anything up and down, whew, I lose weight instantly.
Yeah. So, I think the contract is too strict because you never know. And then you're frightened now to leave buying a dress until later down, because next thing you don't get the dress you want, and then you have to settle for a dress. You're upset with this dress because you have to watch this dress in pictures for years and years. No.
Yeah,
I think the contract is too
a while.
strict. Yeah. It's too strict. Anyway, so we moving into what we doing first. Are we doing dilemmas? Because we do have submissions this week for
I want to
substance
hear.
spells. You want to hear the substance
Yes.
spells first? Okay. All right, so then I guess we're moving into substance spells, y'all. I can't move forward with my relationship due to an incident that occurred 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I met this girl and we went on a few dates. Our 4th date was supposed to be a movie night at my apartment. I bought her a wig she wanted and carried her to the hairdresser to install it. I waited patiently for about 3 hours in my car until the hairdresser was done. At this time, I was outside my car taking a stretch when I noticed a car now pulled up in front of me. My girlfriend walked past me straight and went in the next car and drove off. It's not funny. It's not funny.
That is messed up.
It is. Now, the last time we were laughing, there were people in the comments that thought we were laughing in agreement with the lady who
That was the woman with the children.
The children. We weren't laughing because we were agreeing with her. We were laughing because
Like, what do you
the
ask?
audacity.
Like Nicki Minaj, what do you ask?
What do you ask?
What do you ask?
Right? My girlfriend walked past me straight and went in the next car and drove off. Later that night, I got a text from her phone. Yeah. I don't understand was the correlation for the 4th date that was supposed to be a movie night at the apartment correlation to the wig. When was that?
Yeah, and then when you said that 4th date, and then he said girlfriend, I was like, 4th date and girlfriend? I don't know. We're moving so fast, guys.
Yeah. Later that night, I got a text from her phone saying she was kidnapped. And if I don't pay a sum of money, they will rape her and kill her.
What's in the SUV? I mean SUV.
SUV?
Is
What is that? SUV, and I start to think of what the acronym stand for.
not SUV. Why I forget it? The show we just watched, Law and Order.
Oh, yeah. But something not. I smell something fishy.
Well, the fact that she get who called, she or him or the kidnapper.
The kidnapper.
The kidnapper call and say,
Yeah.
she get kidnapped.
No, they text from her phone saying she was kidnapped. I was so worried I agreed to pay the next day.
Pay what?
The
This is a makeup story.
ransom. I was so worried I agreed to pay the next day, and the person on the phone said to meet at Grand Bazaar. The next day I met the person and said, let the girl come in my car first, and then I'll hand over the money. As soon as I handed over the money, she ran out of my car into the kidnapper's car.
Wait, just now. Hold on. Just a wait. I think we reached Grand Bazaar. let the girl come out.
This is a movie.
And then she run. What?
Let's read it over. As soon as I handed over the money, also, so she did come in the car.
You hand over. Oh, I want to know how much was the ransom.
Me too. I want to know.
1,000, 2,000,
I want to know how much is the ransom. As soon as I handed over the
'Cause
money,
he
she
just
ran out
withdraw
of
this-
my of my car. She ran out of my car into the kidnappers' car, and he put kidnappers in quotation, air quotations, right?
She ran from your car to the kidnappers.
Yeah,
After you hand the money?
yeah. I followed them and eventually caught up because it had traffic and we all came to a stop.
It's a high-speed chase. Like, what is happening?
While talking now, she begged the kidnapper to take her back. It seemed like that was her ex. Both of them mentioned that she was owing money. She was owing a money lender and they had to get the funds.
Okay.
Wait, let me finish. Because this next sentence, I want to run through the screen and get a call part. I forgave that incident and have remained together since.
Just now. Wait. The story is going over my head right now. What? So you just want to just share the story with us? Because clearly you don't want no advice.
Wait. Fast forward to present. I noticed they follow each other on social media. I requested her to block and unfollow him as it was very disrespectful to me.
He get back the money? No, he didn't get back.
She refuses and asks me questions like, you feel like a little girl? Why are you going through my social media? What the fella do you? Why must I block him? That's how I feel. That's how I feel she talking to you, right? Am I the wrong one, or do I have every right to request this? Let me tell you something. Let me answer your question, the last question. Yes, here's the wrong one. Not for going through the social media, but for going back like what happened to you? Why you going back there? What?
The story made no sense. First of all.
It sounded like a movie.
Like, I can't believe these things is actually be happening. Like,
But I have questions in between, right?
she got kidnapped after she do her hair.
What was he jump from the fourth date to the hairdresser? Because now she's your girlfriend. So what was he jump? Number one, we want some context there. Number two, did he get back the money?
Well, she was owing.
Right.
I don't understand. She could
Number three.
ask him for the money and hopefully he
Exactly.
gave
Which
it.
is the reason why I don't understand
But
why
you
you went
fake
back.
your
Because
whole
you fake your whole
kidnapping.
kidnapping. And
Then beg the kidnapper / boyfriend, ex-boyfriend to take her. But then you keep her.
it just 1 and 1 equaling 28 right now, and that's not good maths.
Like, I don't know. Like, we've heard some stories before, but I think this one is up there. This is way up there. Wow.
So,
You know what?
and
We
then
listen and we don't judge.
I am judging.
I'm not judging you.
I judging because listen. When you're sending stuff, right? I watch your stories as if is a friend of mine, if it's my brother, if I had a sister or something, right? So I don't freaking judge because what I want for myself, I want for all you. I don't want nothing. I'm not gonna accept that shit. right? Now, if it's a scene where you want to go back, I don't have the authority to tell nobody about
This is crazy. Shut that. This is crazy.
taking back anybody. But you see this one here, I just want to ask you, where in between her leaving again, well, begging the kidnappers to take her, who like if she begging her ex to take her back, right? And you getting back with her, was that where what happened? What happened in between there? Because the only thing that is it that you believe the story, because I don't understand. Because if it is we going by
If
the
he believed
reasoning,
the story,
yeah, if we going by, I'm just asking, if we are going by what she said is happening, meaning she was owing a money lender, right? What would it have taken if y'all are in a relationship? What would it have taken for her to be open with her partner, you, and say, babe, here what? Now, granted, I do not believe that this is the case, eh? All right. Babe, here what? This is what going on, so is the case. That could have been a lie too. But I could have understand it taking her back after this. But you see, after that whole long thing, and you had a standoff with kidnappers and thing in Grand Bazaar, and then a high speed chase on the highway to get her back.
well, after she jumped in the kidnapper's vehicle, I think I would have gone home.
Yeah, because you get back.
Ain't
That's
no
all.
way.
I just don't understand.
I'm trying to figure out how much money was. I want to
I
know how
want
much
to
the
know what was
ransom.
the ransom to.
Because for you to just take out that money easy and just go and pay it normal.
Yeah. What was your ransom? Please tell us.
A 10,000 or 20,000.
Let's know now.
You just had money lying around for this occasion. But then again, she probably knew he had money lying around.
Because she's following this guy on. She's planning her next heist.
Ah, boy, some men has been really taking advantage of her.
My. Oh. Only, uh, only let us know in the comments now. Only know let us never fail us. Right, so next up we have a short one. So I recently found out my boyfriend of 5 years cheated on me and I ended it all. In the mix of it, I confided in his batch and told him what went on. But while telling him, he came out and told me that he always did like me. But he just never said because he respected our relationship. P.S. I always found him attractive. Even though I don't owe my ex any loyalty. I feel like it would be wrong.
No shit.
He continued to show his interest and is very much serious about me. What would y'all have done? Ma'am, I just thought you should know. I don't know people's intentions, eh? I really don't know. I don't really put some. But there is a 95.9% chance that he is showing you that much interest to Bashiras.
Well,
Right? The percentage is probably higher than that. I just give in grease, and I give plenty grease.
Yeah, and then I hear batch and I already...
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah. My earring hurts in my ears.
I'm sorry. So he's either army
Or police.
or police.
Or Coast Guard. Oh. Firemen just call each other a badge.
No, I only know about police and army. I didn't know Coast Guard is called batch.
Yeah. Well, self-aid. I don't know anybody in Coast Guard. Actually, no, we do.
Serious?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I don't know that why you going so close to him though?
Are
Not
you?
necessarily everybody in the same batch just be friends, but they
This
will
is your
spend on
friend.
yeah, you
This
spend
your
a
ex
certain
friend.
amount of time. They spend a certain amount of time together. So yeah, forget that now. What would we do? Yeah, keep it moving.
First of all, we would never confide in his friend.
Yeah, don't do that.
And to be honest with you, I think that's where you start off bad. What was your ulterior motive for confiding
To
in
find
him?
out information and mm-hmm.
I don't even know. It could be to find out information, or he's just being conniving and you're trying to get back at him.
By entertaining the friend.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Either way.
Stay away from that man, girl.
Either way, yeah, just move on. Move on out of the service. If you have to go in a service, find a next service. Please.
Hmm. I was thinking with service to director in.
No, I wouldn't
None.
say any. But if that is her thing, I would say either go, if you're in Trinidad, go to Bago. If you're go something.
Is she interested in service, man?
But if it's army, go to police or something.
Hmm. Hmm.
Something.
Yeah. What would you guys do
You would have
as the
never.
viewers?
Because we would have never even talked to the friend.
Yeah. I just wouldn't entertain any serviceman.
Period.
Sorry.
Period.
Sorry guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but that's
Period.
just my view.
Lived, learned.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah, live through others.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks.
Anywho.
Moving on to some Reddit. Okay, so am I the asshole for not rescheduling my wedding after my sister was widowed? I'm a 34-year-old male. I'm supposed to get married next month. Now I'm not sure if it's going to happen. My partner's sister, 35-year-old female, was widowed last month. I've gotten a front row seat of how it has rocked my soon-to-be in-laws. Everyone has really tried going above and beyond for his sister, making sure she's as comfortable as possible. And I truly can't imagine, you'd probably have to institutionalize me if something happened to my boy. My partner's mom, I know realizing this is a gay couple.
Oh.
Yeah, because at first I was like, what? And then I realized, okay, it's a gay couple.
Okay.
My partner's mom came to him a few days ago and asked if he would consider postponing the wedding. She said they would cover all the lost money, would help us replan, etc. Apparently, his sister has said there's no way she can attend the wedding, and his mom knew how important it was to have her there. So she just wanted to offer an alternative plan. I'm not very sentimental, but my partner is. Our wedding was planned for our 10-year anniversary of when we met. That's something that meant a lot to him, which makes it mean a lot to me too. I'm trying to be sympathetic, but I'm just fucking raging. I can't help it. My emotions aren't allowing me to be objective. I know his mom came to him in good faith, but it makes me so angry to think about this being put on his shoulders a month before our wedding. He was so excited, and now
A
I'm worried.
month?
Yeah. And now I'm worried that if we don't reschedule, he'll just going to be in his head about the whole time, feeling guilty, and unable to fully enjoy himself. I know his sister is hurting. I'm trying my absolute hardest not to piss off the family that is soon to be mine, one that's already mine in a lot of ways. Still, I'm mad. I appreciate some objective point of views. Yeah. So I could see it at all points. But I feel as though like he talking and yeah, he said that the 10-year anniversary meant a lot to the partner.
But it meant a lot to him too.
Yeah, but like I feel as though he should also ask the partner what he wants to do. And I didn't hear like if what the partner wants to do in this situation now. Unless he just so studying everybody else and studying what
But
the
next
mother
thing the
saying, what the sister
partner,
saying. And
next thing the partner doesn't, him himself doesn't want to postpone, and just because
well, that's why. So then I started to think about like, you know, like you could get married. Like
my
in Trinidad, you get married in the red house. Or you could do it like if you
I
want that specific date now.
I could have still have grace, but if the situation was that it was her husband and passed away some days before the wedding, but this is a month before the wedding. I understand you're grieving, but you have 4 weeks to kind of mentally prepare for one day. So, if I was sounding like a bitch,
I know you understand what you said.
I just being honest because at the end of the
Okay.
day,
I see what you're saying.
if they postpone it now, you saying it's 1 month. They have a reason why they put it on that specific
Right.
day. So if they postpone it now, who knows? They might want to put it off for the next year that will mark the 11th year, right?
Right.
Your reason going to be now
Yeah.
that it's marking a year since your husband died? No, you have 4 weeks to prepare yourself for one day. You don't even have to stay for the whole thing. All you could do is go to the ceremony. That's an hour and a half max, and go back home
Show your face and support,
and
right?
support and go back home.
Okay, I could definitely agree with you with that.
Because it's my day. I am sorry. I'm not saying that I'm not sorry that you're grieving. I'm not saying that. But you have 4 weeks since he died. You must be mad. No,
Yeah.
no, I wasn't postponing shit.
At first, I was thinking, okay, maybe you could like elope or go in the red house, but I could see where you're coming from because now grief is something that everything is like trigger you. So you
I
don't know how you're going
understand
to
that.
be in that moment. You don't know if you're going to be like in the mind frame. You want to give your full, because I don't know what.
What he could do is take responsibilities away from her, so that she should just show up. She don't have to be in the
True.
getting ready. She don't have to be in all that. Just show up on
Don't
time.
have to give the speech and
You
whatnot.
don't have to do
like, so
all
she
that
balling down
because at the end of
place.
the day, it's a wedding. It's going to remind you of your spouse, and I understand that. Only an hour and a half. It may seem very bad, very hard. Sorry, but an hour and a half. You don't even have to come the reception. Just stay for the ceremony and go your way.
Yeah, I can understand what you're saying.
When you start reading, I thought it's like a week before, at least a week. A week before or something. I'm not even accepting it for 2 weeks. A week or something, or some days. But my word, a month?
Yeah.
No, you have enough time to get yourself in order, or tell your brother, you know you really can't, and organize. At least we living in 2025. Organize to be virtually there.
For the sister to be virtually there.
Yeah.
Nah, I think he would want her to physically be there.
Right.
rather than
But
virtually.
now he has to. It's like he have to choose between a rock and a hard place. He wants his sister to be there, but then he don't want to. He don't want to lose the significance of his day. So now you have to choose between you and somebody else who the day is not even about. I will choose me. Sorry. A month.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying. Like, grief is something that has come and go. So you don't know how you're going to be
Right.
a
That's what
month
I was
from now. You
saying.
can't project that, okay, you're going to be devastated then still. Well,
Exactly.
you're going to be still feeling that type of way, but you
Yeah.
can't, you may not be down and out. You don't know. You don't know. You really don't know. Yeah. Am I the asshole for sending my kids to their dad instead of implementing his decisions myself? Hi, y'all. My husband and I recently separated and are heading for a divorce. We have 3 children, 2 together and one that he brought into the marriage, and they are all mostly staying with me. Our kids and I have been going for MME classes once a week for about a year before the separation, and I think it was great. We're having fun. It was great bonding, great exercise, and especially for me and the girls, a great way to increase our confidence. As part of our separation agreement, Dad insisted that the kids stop MME because it's too aggressive. He doesn't want them to turn out like me. I agreed to stop taking them because there was surely bigger things at stake, and I didn't feel like that should be a hill to die on. I tried to gently explain to the kids that we are not going to do MME anymore and to pick a different activity. Still, I didn't really know how to explain why without blaming their dad or without claiming something I absolutely don't agree and can't defend. MME will make them aggressive. So, I send them to dad whenever they ask. And most, especially our middle child on the spectrum, asks about it a lot. She asks to go every single week and usually cries when I say no. Now, my husband is mad at me that I keep sending the kids to him whenever they ask about going MME again or about why we stop instead of just implementing our decision. Am I an asshole here? I'm not bad mouthing him or anything. Just when the kids ask to go, I tell them, oh, let's ask daddy about it. Let's call him right now. Or something along those lines.
I think I think by her doing that, the part where you're calling him or whatever to ask, you're automatically villainizing him. And because you want to go, you want to carry them, but he has his reason as to why he don't want them to go. Whether I feel the reason is shit or not, whether whatever the case is, this is between you and him. And what I do think should have happened is seeming that it was part of the routine, especially that there's a child on the spectrum, and I believe routine is something that they are good on. You should have looked for something. The both of you all should have looked for something else to get them involved with and filling that slot.
So I think that was a hill she deserved dying on. Like I feel as though like she should have fight to the end to not to get rid of it, especially since it was something that they were doing all the time. If it is that they were doing it for a year, right? And if you realize you didn't like the sport for them, you could have stopped
So
it
that in the
within,
beginning,
yeah, not let them start to enjoy it, start to like it, like you said, develop a routine, and then now you come to stop it. Like I feel as though you also said that you find it will make them aggressive. You should stand on business and say, okay, well, I find that it's too aggressive, and I came to the decision that so and so and your mother agreed to take you all out. You know, you start the conversation, but you not saying anything. You just want who, I don't know, probably I just being petty with it, but I find I would have probably sent them by the dad to ask him. Let him tell you why
why
your
he
can't
go?
go. I probably would be. That's my honest answer. I think I would be petty like that and be like, yeah, go ask him. I don't want to deal with that because now I have to stand on something that I don't necessarily agree with. Now, granted, it's a fight that she didn't want to fight, but she does not agree with that decision.
Yeah, I
So
understand.
maybe they could look for another sport or activity,
Activity.
but I still find it's unfair. And do I think she's an asshole? I do not think she's an asshole.
I don't think she. What she asked if she's the asshole for sending them by.
Yeah.
I don't think she's an asshole. I think she's
She's
petty.
definitely petty. I am petty with her all the way. I'm petty with her all the way. All the way. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Sorry.
But yeah, I think so. Because especially like going through a separation and divorce, it's kind of tricky. Um,
But I'm glad that she's not actually saying you stupid. You know, like some women will be like your stupid father say da, 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 and you all
yeah,
can't do this. She's not saying
she's
that.
saying ask
But
your
at the
dad.
same
Yeah,
time, she's like, go and talk to him about it.
yeah.
See what he have to say. But I find as you want to come up with a decision, you say you stand your ground.
But yeah, that's a wrap for today.
Yeah.
We did say it was gonna be a short one.
Yeah, yeah.
It feels short. Oh, before we go, I also saw something like on marriage since we're talking about marriage, and we hear a lot like on social media now. The a lot of people are saying there's a certain percentage of people that saying marriage is just a piece of paper. Do you think that?
Um, I feel as though somebody mentioned this recently to me. Like something came up and they mentioned this. I don't see it as a piece of paper.
Same.
You know, growing up, I always admired married couples in my family. My mom is not married, so I admired married couples in my family. I feel as though in terms of religious belief, that is something that you should head into, especially if you're in a committed relationship with your partner for an extensive period of time. You can't just be like living together with no end goal. But I don't see it as just a piece of paper. Yeah, you know what it was? I saw an interview um, on social media, and this guy, he was asking a couple like how old they were, and I think one was 20 and one was 21. I think the guy was 21. And he asked how long they were together, and I think he said 5 years or something like that. And he was like, you're going to get married. And his comment was like, well, I too young to get married. And then I think she followed up with, well, they have two kids together. And he was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You're too young to get married, but not too young to have kids. And then he started to say, well, it's a piece of paper. And she, it like made me wonder. I was like, where are you going with this? Like, what is their, where are they heading? What is the end goal? Like, just to be shacked up
Literally.
and be able to leave whenever you want to leave.
So I feel as though like when I started to work, like I grew up with my parents, right? Married couple as well. So as much as well now I embrace it more than then. Like back then younger, I think in the workplace I got afraid because I was seeing so much live infidelities. And I was like, I wonder if I want this because next time I get into this and then. But as I got older, it didn't last long. It didn't last long. Like, as I got older, I was like, nah, I have a example that I would like for myself one day. But in terms of marriage is just a piece of paper, I think y'all are watching it to a certain extent and not seeing beyond it. Marriage is a piece of paper until it's not. um God forbid something happens, say a partner, it doesn't matter how long y'all been together, how long, and I will use the same term, how long y'all have been shacked up, because to me that's what you kind of doing. Um, because it's like living with this person with, as you said, with no no proper plan. Um, and you have to make a decision. You are not able to make a decision for your loved one because you are not by law the legal person to do so. It
I don't
would
know.
be
I
a
like
parent.
not necessarily. I feel as though common law relationships have a certain amount of legal rights, but I'm not really sure exactly
I think
the extent.
now, I don't know, I'm talking health wise. I know for like property and stuff they
For
do.
health
For health
wise,
wise,
yeah, I don't think you have a say, no.
I don't think you have a say. Is are you their wife? Are you legally their wife? And I think after that, because in the health department, I think there's a hierarchy. I know for sure with like living situations, they
Yeah.
definitely have a say because at the end of the day, money went into something. But in terms of health wise, I don't think so. If I know for sure I know for sure based on watching a lot of shows and thing, outside they definitely don't have it. So if there's anybody who is in the medical field locally, if you could clear up that for us, if common law spouses have a right to give medical direction for their significant other in case of like a coma or like on life support or something like that, if they have a say, or if they're not legally married, the other person who has to give that directive is their mother or their father, like something like that. But yeah, that's just one example. But I think it's just a piece of paper until it really isn't. Until you're faced with something and it's not.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys.
That's a wrap for today.
We'll see you next week.
Next week. Bye.